Welcome everybody to lesson 1, module 3, which is make a plan. So the first step in making a plan is taking your year goal that you've set. So in module 1, you all set year goals, right? You set year goals that were SMART, so specific, measurable, attainable, risky, and in a certain amount of time, which was 1 year. And you did that on 4 sides of what we call the human nature. So you have P, which stands for physical or health, R, which stands for relationships, W, which stands for wealth, and S, which stands for spiritual and contribution. So now that you have these year SMART goals, whichever you chose to set for yourself 1 year from today, now what we want to do is we want to support you in setting up a plan to achieve them. So I like to say, how do you eat an elephant? Because an elephant's really big, right? Well, 1 bite at a time. So how do you get your year goals, which may seem a little bit big for you, which may seem like a stretch? I hope you set goals that were a stretch, that you don't quite know how to get them yet. If you had them, you'd be really excited and happy and your life would be impacted. And that's a really good sign of a goal, that it's possible, you believe you can do it, but you don't quite know how, right? And so we're going to set you up to win here, and we're going to take your year goal and just scale it back step by step and kind of look outwards and bring it inwards so that you know where to start. Okay, and so first of all, you have your year goals. So whichever ones that you set. I know some of you set them on all 4 sides of the square. Some of you set maybe 3 goals. Maybe you have a couple on one side and a couple on another. So whichever your goals are, you can relate to that. So what you want to do to get that year goal is we want to work backwards. So first of all, you want to think of it like that. How do I get this year goal? Well, first of all, you want to set a target from 6 months from now, so halfway towards that year. So if you take a look at your year goal, what would set you up to win to have created 6 months from now? So for example, if your wealth goal was to make, let's just speak in US dollars here, if your wealth goal was to earn an extra $30,000 for the year, possibly 6 months from now, you would like to have 15,000 of that created, or maybe 10,000 because you're going to get the momentum going, right? Possibly, for example, if you had a health goal, then it was to release 20 pounds within the year and create a healthy, active lifestyle for yourself where you are working out 5 days a week. Possibly 6 months from now, you've released 10 pounds, or in kilos, if that's, the language. Maybe it's, I don't know what the difference would be, 6 kilos. And you're now working out 3 days a week and developing that habit towards your 5 days a week and the 20 pounds released, right? And so you kind of get the idea is what would set you up for success to have achieved or taken a chunk out of your year goal 6 months from today, right? Spiritual and contribution, what was your goal you set for that? How much do you want to have tithed by then? How much volunteering hours are you doing? What's the relationship with yourself look like? How many activities? What's the intention? How does it feel 6 months from now? And then the same thing with relationships. Maybe you had a relationship with a significant other or a parent or a child or a friend. How many activities have you accomplished based on what you set your year goal to be? What's the intention and the outcome of the relationship 1 year from today? And how far have you progressed 6 months from now? What's the qualities and the feelings and the outcome of that relationship that you want to have? That if you were there in 6 months, you know that you are on track to getting your year goal in that relationship. And same thing with all 4 of your goals. So you're going to do that. So what you want to do is you want to have your year goals in front of you, and you want to write down 6 months from today, what will you have accomplished based on results, so that it's still a SMART goal where it's specific, you can measure it, it's attainable, it's still a stretch, and the time is 6 months from today. Okay. Once you have your 6 month goal, what you're going to do is the same thing. You're just going to take that 6 month goal and you're going to break that down to 3 months. So now you have your 6 month goal, you're looking at it, right? And you're like, okay, if I accomplished, this in 3 months, that would get me closer to that 6 month goal. And in the same fashion, make sure that it's SMART. You're almost taking the goal and making a mini goal from that 6 months, right? Such that if you hit those targets in 3 months, you would be on track to your 6 months. And then when you're on track for your 6 months, you're on track for your year. Right? So once you have your 3 month, guess what's next, right? Okay, out of those 3 months, what do you want to have created 1 month from today, right? 1 month from setting the goal. And this 1 month goal is what's going to help you be on track to hit the 3 month goal. The 3 month goal on track for the 6 month and then for the year. Once you have your 1 month goal, you could break it down even further and just say, okay, I'm really excited. I've got my year goal. I'm starting to build these tools. I know where I'm going and why. I've broken it down, 6 months, 3 months, 1 month. Okay, what does the next week look like? What do I need to accomplish this week from 1 week from today, such that if I did that, I would be on track for my month? And you can see then that what you do is you take this big goal and you bring the focus closer to you and you take it down into bite-sizable chunks, doable chunks where your mind says, hey, I could do that in 1 week. I could accomplish that. And then you do what you say you're going to do. And when you do what you say you're going to do in a week, it sets you up for success for the month, and so on and so forth. So I've attached a worksheet, right? So just sit down and make out your roadmap for the next year based on 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, and 6 months from to now, such that you will get your year goal. Okay, everybody?